Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of UHS Presents. I'm your host Sarah, and Lori could not make it tonight, but in her place we have the most enthusiastic man in comics, Mike Watson. Hey
What's
Mike,
up? What's up, everybody? How you doing?
thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, no problem at
Especially
all.
on,
Thank you for having me.
yeah, it was kind of short notice because, yeah, I was like, hey, if you got some time tonight. Um,
Hmm.
Anywho's, yeah, so we are I don't, as far as our UHS news review goes, like Lori usually does that, and I forgot to ask her if there was anything that I needed to mention besides like Super still has a few days left, and if you haven't backed that yet, you should because it's good. It's a good one here. I just popped the ticker down at the bottom there if you haven't checked it out yet. And also, in a few minutes here, I'm going to pop on the Emerald Quest link to go back that and check that out because that is also still running. And Mike, we can talk more about that because you got a week or so left on your campaign yet?
6 days.
6 days? Okay. So yeah, and we gotta get more people checking that out because it's a good one. So, other than that, we did introduce, or not, well, it wasn't the first time that we mentioned the Sundering last week, but it's one that you should keep an eye out for, and that's the one, if you go to uhstudios.com/kickit2, then you can follow the pre-launch, so you should do that as well. And tonight, we're just gonna talk about, see, like, we had, we didn't exactly purposely not plan for a guest to come on, but we also like I didn't look for anybody because I was like, we can just have another one of those episodes that we can just do stuff for fun, and it's pretty low key. So let's do that. And so that's what we decided to do, and then Lori started having like some scheduling stuff, and she was getting a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we just? Well, we both. She's like, do you think we could get one of our friends to come? And I was like, yes, we'll do that. And actually, she mentioned you because like we still have that. We wanted to do that crossover thing. You had that in mind, and this is a perfect opportunity to do it. So this is like kind of a bonus episode, isn't it? It was like it's like a UHS presents, but it's also like a chat and draw kind of.
Exactly.
It's gonna be fun. So why don't you tell us what you're planning on doing here today? Because I know that there's not a ton of planning happening yet for me. So
Well, there's not a ton of planning for me either. I'm just looking through. I'm just looking through the. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm seeing what's coming through my door. It's my daughter. I'm just looking through my super trade and
nice.
seeing who I want to put with Noble because that's what I'm going to draw tonight from Emerald Quest.
Noble. Uh, I don't remember Noble's personality well enough. I need to read issue 1 of Emerald Quest again, cause I mean I was just so like I just Marky and what's the one she's got the awesome hair Dominica.
Dominica.
Dominica. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she is. Those two are kind of like visual show stealers, and I just like Marky's personality. Just I love her because she's so no bullshit. So I actually thought that if you were doing a thing with Marky, you should do that it would like her and Silhouette seem like they would butt heads because they're both so no nonsense. So that would have been my suggestion, but I love Dominica's design, so I am excited to see what you're playing with here, what you're gonna come up with. So, Javon's here. Hey, Javon. Javon says,
What
"What's
up,
up,
Javon?
folks? Thanks for joining us." And while Mike does that, I mean, I have a thing that I have planned that I'm gonna like. I had a speed sprite thing. I don't know how many of the comics people that don't know the crap that I do besides comics, like one of the craps that I do is is I have like when for relaxation do bead sprite stuff like the perler beads, and so I do those things. So I was thinking about doing that, and I
Hmm.
came up with. I actually took one of Zach's bead sprite or one of Zach's sprite designs, and let me see. I got and I came up with this, and I thought I'd make this little blitz head sprite here. It's gonna be kind of a big one. Like these boards here, this one's taking up 4 boards, and they're this size, so it's gonna be a pretty decent sized
Ooh.
sprite.
Okay.
And I'm gonna think about because I don't think I'm gonna get this done in the space of an hour. I hate to
Hmm.
do. Um, Javon said, "Where's my invite?" Well, hey, if you want to jump on and talk with us, you know what? I'll send you a link. I'm gonna first. I set up my old cell phone to be my camera, my desk camera. So that's probably gonna go terribly wrong.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine too. All right. So and I'm just gonna go ahead and send Javon this link here so he can come chat with us too. Cause why the hell not? There we go. And then I'm gonna move this weird thing. Oh, it's a memory board. Got the weirdest. Well, it's not that weird for the crap that I do, but emery boards on my desk. So anyway, got my little thinger set up here. Oh, good. It's gonna be right in my face. Oh, good. It's gonna be right in my face.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Javon.
Hey.
Oh, good. It's gonna be right in my face.
What's up, everybody?
Whoa, there's a weird
Hey.
echo happening there.
What's up, everybody?
Whoa,
What is going on?
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
I think that might from you, Javon.
Hey.
That was fun.
So you got to
Shit.
turn the volume all the way down on your phone.
I think I got to mute because I thought. Oh, is that what's going on here? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but like I think
I
there's a
gotta
secondary volume on your phone too.
come here. All right. It's probably my fault. I had the mic off, but of course. Come on. Oh my god, this is fun. See, this is what I was talking about having problems here.
Oh, it's all right.
I knew something was gonna be. Can I just turn it off? I can't turn it off? Oh. Okay, let's try one more time here.
All right. Yeah, I just aged myself right there. How stupid I was to have a whole nother tab with the show playing in the background.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah, that was nobody's fault but my own. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing fine.
Fabulous.
Good.
I mean,
Mr. Mike. Hey, Mike. So I'm gonna take your challenge. I'm gonna remind you. You challenged me to do a comic book digitally.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I'm not gonna do Heat digitally, but I have a brand new book
Okay.
that I'm gonna do digitally. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna take a minute, but I'm gonna do it digitally. I got to get through this con season before I get through it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
by the way, anybody, I'm gonna be at Terrificon at Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut this weekend.
Connecticut?
Yes, CT, baby.
I don't think I'm gonna make that one.
Oh, I mean, hey, listen,
That's like that's
only
like 1,200 miles from here. I don't know.
only a short drive.
So, I mean,
Michael was trying to get me to
I don't know if
drive. Where did you try to get me to drive to?
huh?
You tried to get me to drive somewhere. Was it Atlanta?
Oh yeah. We was out there. We was out there.
I don't know if I would trust my car to drive all the way to Connecticut. Like, it's a good car, but I don't know if it's that good.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Plus, with the price of gas right now, and the fact that I'm not really sure when with COVID and then just the shot that I'm taking working full time on comics now. Well, comics and other design stuff. I can't only work for comics. I have to take other clients, otherwise I would starve to death. But yeah, like I was like, I actually was thinking. I don't think I remember when the last time I got the oil changed on my car. Like, when the
Oh
hell
God.
was that? You're supposed to do that
That's
every
not
now and then,
good.
aren't you?
Yeah, that's the one thing I know. I don't know about cars, but that's the one thing I know. You're supposed to get changed.
You're gonna learn real quick. You're
I
gonna
mean,
learn real quick
well,
if you take a long trip.
I
I
would go
mean,
get that changed tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, that would be like the first thing I'd have them check the tires and I'd have them check the oil. But I'm just like, I know there's oil in it because I check every other time I fill it up. But that's another thing that I haven't done in a while is fill the damn car up because I don't go anywhere anymore. Just home all the time.
Sounds like me.
Oh, Andrew said, "Careful, Sarah, you'll be fucking some shit up at some cons soon enough." Yeah, actually, I have a con next month, so it's a little one in Wisconsin, but
Okay.
it's called CoolieCon and it's in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and I'm on the board and I help organize stuff, and I get a table up there to sell comics, and then I always end up wishing that I hadn't gotten a table because I'm running around helping with so much other stuff that I'm like, there's no time.
I
Yeah.
And
understand
there's
that.
no time to have fun at the con that way either.
Yeah, I just did my first con for this year. Yes, Saturday. In Springfield, Connecticut. I didn't know what to bring. This was the first time they did the con there. It was one day, and it was I did phenomenally. Like they came out. They had the line wrapped around the building. They had to keep making announcements for people to leave so that new people could come in. It was really good, and I was rusty with my pitches, but I got it. I got it.
That's what's up. Congrats.
That's so great, though. I mean, it's always good to see a big crowd because then you can tell more people about your comics, right? I mean, for me, I don't care if we never sell any. Well, I do care a little if we don't sell any books, but like I get so excited to tell people about our comics, and so more people know about it, even if they don't buy. They remember me as the crazy lady with the comics at the convention that they were at last time.
It's scary how little people are wearing masks. To me, like
I haven't been having to because I haven't been going anywhere, but I'm wondering, like when you're in those big crowds and inside a building, maybe you should wear a mask.
I had a mask on. I was sanitizered up anytime I shook somebody's hand. It's not a joke. Not for me.
Yeah. That's one thing I've been making sure of. I actually have 2 like giant half-gallon jugs of hand sanitizer, and I put them on the corners of my tables. What few tables I have done since this whole ordeal began, and it's like, you know what? Everybody, please use some before you touch my books, but then also use some after, because these books are pre-COVID books, and they might have germs on them from like 2 years ago that who knows what the hell they are. Because I never thought about that before. Your table books that you have that are probably been touched by thousands of people, and who knows when the last time some of those people washed their hands. And it really made me so aware of how dirty and gross my books probably are.
I'm gonna have to do that. Be like, hey, before you touch it, can you just put some sanitizer?
Yeah, I actually put a sign up on my one of those plastic standy thingies with just a piece of paper in them, and I was like, please sanitize your hands before touching. I was like, feel free to touch, but take a little pump of sanitizer first.
Mike, how's Emerald Quest going, man? How's the Emerald Quest Kickstarter going? Did that conclude yet? I can't remember.
Not yet. We still have 6 more days, and we're over 50% right now.
Awesome.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop Mike's thing into the stream here. See how you're going.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like we could just. I get so distracted when I watch my drawing, and we're supposed to, like, especially when I'm on the show and we're supposed to be talking and stuff too. And I'm just like, but this is so fun and soothing to watch.
Yeah, when I did Mike's chat and draw, he just stopped talking for like 5 minutes. I was just like, all right, I feel the airtime. with inane stories.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the problem, isn't it?
How long does it take you to do a page, man?
It depends on the page, how complicated it is.
What's your average? Do you know your average amount of time?
My average is 68 hours.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wait. Just penciling or the entire thing?
Just penciling.
Okay. Are you doing your coloring?
Do that.
No, I don't. That's including like working out the layout for the page, figuring out what I like and don't like, and then doing the penciling.
Oh, that's everything all together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think my average is like 2 days. But I'm also
You're doing.
my setup takes a lot longer since I'm doing it on. I'm not doing digitally.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be pretty precise with what I'm doing before I even put pencil to paper.
Right.
So I do a lot of pre sketches, a lot of thumbnails. I do a lot of like I might do a panel. I might draw a panel out maybe like 3 or 4 times in a sketch,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure I get it. So, but I
You
see
would
how
save
we
so much
talked
money
about
if
this
you did it
before.
digitally, man. So
I,
much money on paper.
it's a different muscle and a different technique that goes into
That
it,
is very true.
especially like doing panel layouts, and then using perspective and all the other stuff. I have to kind of relearn. I'm trying to reteach myself how to do it, uh, mostly because I do prints digitally, but I don't do comics digitally. So I'm trying to do more
Hmm.
prints um, to get the practice,
That's a
and
good
get
idea.
comfortable with it. And then once I reach a certain point, I just need to find the right program and everything, because
Hmm.
I'm only accustomed to using Photoshop to draw in.
Oh, what do you draw? What kind of tablet do you draw with?
I have what's the name of it? It's a Japanese or I don't know. It's a
Like that Huawei or whatever, the Huawei.
honestly I can't remember it.
Shite. I Yeah, I think maybe I know what you're talking about because there's that one that's really
It
popular
begins
that
with an
uses the
A.
Wacom. A.
I think it
Maybe I
begins with
don't
an
know.
A.
Where's Katie when we need her? Katie knows what all of those are.
Can't remember. But I've been using it for a while now. My wife bought me my first one, and then I bought another one. So I have no problems with it.
So Andrew was asking what is Mike drawing today, and Mike's doing. This is like I said, this is like a kind of almost a bonus because this is also a chat and draw today, and we're doing a crossover print, right?
Yeah, we're doing a crossover print.
So this is gonna be Emerald Quest and Super, if I remember right.
Oh, that's what I need to add, Mike. Mike, man, I'm doing this versus thing. I'm doing it where I give. Basically, I'm giving you. I'm doing kind of what you do with the chat and draw, and I'm giving it all my close industry indie people a free cover where it's my character versus your character.
Okay.
So you gotta let me know, and then Sarah and you and I just forgot her name just that quick. I'm so sorry.
That other lady that runs
That
things,
other lady, Lori.
Lori.
Lori. You guys let me know, but you gotta let me know which one you want to do, man. And I'm
Awesome.
put you on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm trying to do it for everybody who's been on the Stoke podcast
All
as a,
right. Yeah.
as a thank you.
Sorry, I smacked the shit out of my mic just then with my keyboard. I'm trying to move stuff here. Well, okay. You can see my camera, up close here, or the tiny one. Let's see if I can move it. Get it in here. No, it's gonna be weird, but it doesn't matter because I'm more interested in watching Mike's drawing anyway. So I'm gonna work on the beads while y'all do that though. And I grabbed these out of I have like 1,000 of these bead boards, and I realized I forgot that I did this. There's a reason that these were off in their own box. It's because they have missing pegs, and I put little drops of nail polish on them, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's nail polish. I grabbed from my broken set.
Hey, Mike,
Anyway,
remind me, did you go to school for art?
Yeah, the Columbus College of Art and Design.
That's right. That's right. What was your major?
Illustration.
Okay.
my major is what's it called? I think it's just graphic design, and we don't have an illustration focus or anything, which kind of makes me mad now.
Yeah, we had
Actually,
everything
mine's
instead.
yeah. I'm well. I guess because I'm from such a small area, like the school that was nearest is just kind of a catch-all school, so you did a lot of like it was just like broad categories. So if you wanted to be a teacher, you got an education major. If you wanted to be, well, they have a very detailed engineering program now, but yeah, like if you wanted to be an artist, they keep cutting stuff from that art program. Eventually it's just gonna be gone. So I guess I'm lucky that I ever got a chance to be in that program at all. But
Yeah, I wish I had done more of the comic book courses at SCAD. I didn't do.
you went to SCAD?
Yeah, I didn't do as many as I wanted to. I did some the first time around, but not the second.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, that was I have been toying with the idea of getting my master's, and SCAD was one of the ones that would offer a like I could do it remotely.
SCAD is very expensive.
Oh, I know. But I also was looking at MCAD, which is also very expensive, but slightly less so than SCAD.
Yeah.
And also, it's in Minnesota, which is a lot more attainable, like distance-wise. If I have to actually go there.
It's funny. I was gonna get my master's in a 3D animation at SCAD, and my teacher, he said, "Yeah, you don't need to." He's like, "You don't need to." The teacher at the school said, "I don't need to." This is really cool. You got a mirror effect thing here. I can see how this can save time.
Oh yeah, extremely helpful.
Now, do you use the mirror and then go back and change little things about it, or do you just?
Yeah, I use the mirror to get it all down there, get everything I want to position for as much as I need. Like obviously, this leg over here, damn it, the leg on the right hand side is going to be different, so I'm just going to use it for the upper body and these
Right. That's awesome. What program is this?
This is Procreate.
Procreate.
Oh,
Do you have to
Procreate
pay
is
for
only
Procreate?
available for iPad. So
Procreate. Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's iPad only program, but it's only $13 for the full program.
Oh, I don't have an
wait, you
iPad.
paid 13? I had to pay 25. What the shit? No, Javon, you should try Clip Studio. Everybody
Yeah.
who doesn't do Procreate does Clip Studio, and they like Lori uses it for inking.
How much is it?
It's like I want to say it's $50, but if you wait for it to go on sale, then it's only 25. But even
Okay.
$50, like compared to Photoshop, what's $50?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you.
my Photoshop is free. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
That's why I haven't left.
some of my programs are free too.
Yeah, that's my Photoshop is quite free.
Astians here says, "Hey there, everybody. How's everyone tonight? And I am awesome, and thank you for joining us. And we're just kind of dicking around today. Well, Mike's being serious, but everybody like Javon's here to chat, and I'm supposed to be doing bead stuff, but I'm not.
Yeah, I usually I don't. My wife and I, we alternate days, so alternate evenings. So like one evening she'll have time to work on her thing, and then the opposite evening I'll have mine, which is usually the days I'm doing the podcast. So those days are when I usually do my work at night. So I kind of have a forced way of taking a break from all this stuff.
That seems like a good system, though.
Yeah, it's
to
working.
alternate days like that. That seems like a good system.
Yeah, she's in school now. She's back in school getting masters in something. I don't know. Something awesome.
Something awesome.
I have been struggling with finishing my bachelor's. So like when I there was a point at which I was just after, like I mentioned about doing my master's. There was a point at which I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I need to just, if I can even finish this damn bachelor's degree, that'll be a miracle. So anybody who actually does get their master's or farther, I am so impressed. Like, you have to write a thesis. You have to write a whole, like, a dissertation, like a to get your PhD, and that's just crazy to me. Like, how the hell? I can't
Right.
write, like, I had to write, like, art history research reports, and I was about
Jesus.
ready to hang myself with those. They're so horrible.
That doesn't sound fun. But Mike, I never asked you a question. Have you made efforts to try and do work for the big two?
Not in a long time. Not since what was that? 2004 or three. I
So
do. I mean, I do freelance work for the sketch card division of Upper Deck and Marvel, but outside of like trying to do pages for them and stuff, I have not tried to do that.
do you not want to, or do you, it doesn't matter?
Um, I'm so focused on Hotshot right now, but the other part of that is I'm not ready.
I feel you.
And I wasn't really ready back when I was applying for it to begin with. Like, I'm happy with my pages. I'm happy with how my pages come out, but I know there's still a lot more growth and stuff that I need to be on par to get a gig at Marvel doing pages in DC at the same time.
I get that. I get that.
That kind of stuff, you lack a lot of freedom when you're doing Marvel and DC stuff too, don't you?
Well, yeah, you're working on their products, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, like,
but the person going in knows that, so they're aware,
right.
or they need to be. Like, yes, I want to work for Marvel, and I do want to do a comic book for DC and Marvel, and I am perfectly aware that if I do work for them, DC and Marvel owns it. So,
Well, you can request a different kind of like creative agreement. You might not get it, but you can request it when you create characters there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you know, I know like Liefeld has a specific type of creative agreement for Deadpool. I believe like Deadpool has to be in print for if he's out of print for X amount of time, I believe the rights revert back to him.
okay, that's sounds like the stuff Sony had. If Sony didn't make a Spider-Man movie every 3 years, they had to
Right.
give the rights back to Marvel.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've tried out for Marvel one time, and they told me I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't try out for like sequential pages. They asked me to do covers, and I think I've told this story before. They said pick between like it was like a Rocket and Groot, Captain Marvel, and then a Doctor Strange, and they wanted to see pencils, and I'm over here trying to be an overachiever. They wanted to see pencils for one, and I did pencils, inks, and colors for all three, and put the logos on the covers. And they were like, it's okay, but you're not quite ready yet. I was like, all right.
I don't think that I will ever have the courage to apply even, but I definitely know right now I lack skill. I am not a good enough artist to do that stuff right now.
It wasn't even an applying thing. It was I don't know if I probably told this story too. I was at Terrificon a few years ago, and one of the head editor in chief was there. Was he editor in chief? I don't know. Whatever he is, he was the editor in chief, I believe, and he was doing reviews. portfolio reviews, and I wasn't gonna go. I had my table. I was like, selling books, and my friends were like, "Listen, we'll watch the table. Just go. You need to go. You need to go." And so I went to his table. He wasn't there at the table, but he said he'll be back in like 10 minutes or something like that. And I went back to my friends and I was like, yeah, he's not there. I need to sell books. Like I can't sit there and wait. And they're like, dude, this is your one shot. You can do this. Go do this. Blah 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 blah. And so I stood there for the whole 10 minutes, and then it was weird because like slowly but surely the group behind me, the line behind me got longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. And so he finally came, and then he looked through my stuff real quick, and he gave me some good advice, whatever, and he gave me his card, and then I think I like came back and I was like, here are my books, here, take a look if you like them, blah 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 blah. And he said, sure. And then I got an email maybe like 2 days later asking, putting me in touch with other editors to basically try out.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's actually gonna be at this con coming up, so I'm gonna, put the bug in the air again, give him a copy of Strong, see him show him how far I've come.
That's cool that just to get contacted out of the blue like that. It's, I mean, even though ultimately it didn't pan out, like that's still like a feather in your cap, just that somebody would like your stuff enough to reach out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about like I'm all about making sure people know my name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at least I'm in your memory banks for something, because you never know, what could happen, And then, for him, if he read, I think my second Heat book, and now I can give him my new Heat book and Strong, and then he can at least see progress,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to work for Marvel for a little bit, just to make my name bigger, if nothing else. Trying to get that New Warriors reboot.
Oh, you want to work on New Warriors?
I would kill to work on New Warriors. New Warriors or Captain America. Or Black Panther. One of those three. Or Luke Cage. One of those four.
What if they put you on like the character that you hated the most? Like, what if they you're hired, but you have to insert your least favorite character here? Would you still take the job, or would you be like, nah, thanks, but no thanks?
Nah, I'd kill it.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a bad idea to.
I'm trying to figure out who my least favorite Marvel character is now.
God, there's so many. I don't even know most of them, I think. I mean, I know plenty of them at this point, but I didn't jump into the comic book world until well after I got into the cinematic universe, because that's the kind of comic book person I am. So
Squirrel Girl. That's my
Squirrel
least
Girl's
favorite.
your least favorite.
Least favorite.
That's fair. I hear a lot of hate on Squirrel Girl, and I actually don't know enough about her to have an opinion, really.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal. But hey, listen, if you give me Squirrel Girl, it'd be the best Squirrel Girl ever.
That's fair. And yeah, I mean, like, just even if it is the character that you can't stand, like, hey, you get to say I work for Marvel.
I think it was I want to say it was Frank Miller. Was it Frank Miller? I think it was Frank Miller who Marvel gave him Daredevil, and he didn't like Daredevil, so he did everything in his power to do it. So he, to make a version that he liked. And I've always kind of thought that, like I can pitch anything on the spot. Like I have thought about these characters for so long. Like it's not hard to come up with a pitch off the top of my head, because I've probably done it at some point. Maybe not Squirrel Girl. I might need a week. I might need a week. This is awesome, man.
I don't know. I mean, like I've heard, and like from following you on Facebook, you've got a lot of creative ideas coming out of your head all the time, and a lot of like strong opinions and ideas and things. So I think that you could make a squirrel girl that you could like. I feel confident in your abilities to do that.
I appreciate it.
And I think that if you were put on the spot, I think you could still pull it off. I mean, you might have to bullshit a little until the idea forms, but like I think you could do it. You seem like you could do that.
Listen, I've worked in the corporate world for quite a few years. I have learned how to bullshit with the best of them. So that is all it is just bullshit.
That's so true though. I worked at university in education, and there is so much. It's just bullshit. It's just like if you guys, you know that meme that goes around that says that you had a meeting about what could have been an email, and you had an email about what could have been a text, and you had a text about what could have been a post-it note stuck on your door, and it's that stuff. It's just ridiculous.
One of the things I used to live by when I was in the corporate world, like the real corporate, was don't say you don't know how to do something. Just say, "Oh, I'll get it. I'll work it out," and then figure it out later.
I have heard that piece of advice is like never let anybody know that you don't know how to do something. Especially in this day and age, that's actually not, in my opinion, not terrible advice because you can Google everything now. So if you don't know how to do it.
I got a job and I didn't like one of the prerequisites of the job was that I needed to know how to use Microsoft Project. And in the middle of the interview, he's like, "Oh yeah, how do you do this?" And I'm like, "Well, you just and then at like midway through the interview, he's like, "You don't know how to use Microsoft Project, do you?" I was like, "Nope, but I can learn how to do it tonight." Said, "All right, come back to me on Monday. If you could do this." He literally gave me homework. He said, "If you could do this and then bring it to me on Monday, we'll see what we could do." Sure enough, I went home, got on YouTube, figured it out, ended up getting a job.
What the hell, man? That's fucking awesome. I can't do that. I always go into interviews, the interviews that I've been in, I've always gone into them thinking that I knew I did an awesome job, or I thought I blew it. And every time, the ones that I thought I did an awesome job are the ones that I never got a call back from. And I would panic. I couldn't bullshit my way through something like that. No, and they would have called me out so much faster than that. That's so cool, though. That you got a job out of it.
What's the word? Insane. You have to have like insane confidence. Like, just whatever it is. Like, you just have to look like you know what you're doing. At least that's what I figured it out in the corporate world. Like, you just have to know. You just have to at least look like you know what you're doing. They like that.
That makes sense. That does make sense to me. I don't think that I would ever do well in the corporate world. I lose my temper too fast. Like, I know nobody's ever seen me on here lose my temper, and I don't think I've ever lost my temper in a comic book themed work meeting or anything. But like, I think Lori saw me lose my temper once, and like it just starts off with like red face, and then suddenly stream of words coming out 100 miles an hour, and every other word is fuck. And so like like the first time somebody challenges me on something that I know is crap, but I can't come up with the idea of how to refute it quickly enough, because then my response is automatically, "Oh yeah, well, f you." And so like, you can't do that in the corporate world.
Yeah, that probably won't go over well.
No. I'm shocked that my education job, I left it of my own free will. Like, they didn't fire me. and I never had one of those moments. Like, thankfully, I didn't ever have to have any. My very last, I want to say it was my last week on the job was my first like face-to-face meeting with the chair of the department, and he was just such a tool, and I had to bite my tongue through the whole damn thing. And like he was clearly at this one small university so that he could use it as a stepping stone to get to a better university. And so he was coming in and changing the names of the smaller departments, and he was like make it like how though they say like if you use all these big words to explain something, it means you don't really know what you're doing. And like he was doing that, like he was injecting tons of fluff into things to make it seem like he was making all these big changes, but really it was all BS. It was all like he was not doing anything to help, and actually in some cases he actively hurt departments. But what did he care? He wasn't going to stay, and we knew it. And I said, when he first took over because like we were under a different department, and then we got swapped over. And when after I met him the first time, I said to my immediate supervisors, like, I'll bet you anything he's got a bigger and better job in 2 years or less. And sure enough, about, I want to say it was like 14 or 18 months later, he was gone. And I was like, yeah, this guy sucks. He doesn't care about us.
I mean, yeah, you can only BS for so long, and then until you got to put up. And then usually most people kind of get found out.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's.
I'm gonna dip out, folks. I'm gonna put my son down. But it was a pleasure talking to you guys as always.
All right, man.
And I'll see y'all.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, stop by tomorrow night so you can hear me and all of the guys argue.
Oh yeah, I hear gonna be a battle tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna talk about this Black Panther thing again.
Oh God. I do like to jump in on those, but sometimes I have to watch them after they're live, and it's just such a disappointment because then I can't chime in real time, and it just breaks my heart a little bit.
I'm on the show and I can barely chime in real time.
That's fair.
We're putting up our hands now, thanks to Michael Watson. Thanks to Mr. Watson. Y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for stopping by. Oh man, I can't believe he got a job out of lying about what his resume skills were. That's I wish I could do that.
Hey, it happens.
I don't think that I think I could probably about something that I could probably lie about something, confidently lie about something that I had some skill in, but I wasn't proficient at, and say that I was proficient. But I don't think I could be like, because like I don't even know what that. I didn't even never heard of that program he was talking about, Microsoft something, but I've never even heard of that program before. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't promise anybody that I was going to get this done today, because between stopping so that I can listen, and stopping so that I can watch, and then stopping so that I can talk, I've got nothing done.
Oh, this is taking me a minute. It's more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it looks fabulous. I love the whole thing so far, but I mean, I can see that silhouette, and it looks great. Did you find that learning to do hands was a struggle?
No, my teachers. I mean, I was never frustrated by it, but my teachers had us drawing hands all the time. So, and then I just like drawing hands in general. I don't know why, but it was fun. Probably because I was drawing comic books and making power come from the hands. Was extremely fun, so I was into that. But then like once I got close to being out of school, I started hearing this thing that people hated drawing hands. Hands were like super hard for them. I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Hands are cool as fuck to draw. But yeah, I never heard that until I got out of school.
Yeah, I think that's because your hand. I haven't seen you when I'm watching you draw hands real time, I've not seen you do a bad one thus far, and so I was wondering about that because I actually also enjoy drawing hands. I don't think that I get it right as often as you do, but that's fine. And I remember hating it like 5 years ago when I was drawing before I had an iPad. Like I think the iPad saved my love of drawing in general. I don't think
Mhm.
I'd still be, and I certainly wouldn't be as good as I am today if I wasn't, if I didn't have an iPad. Um, but yeah, like I was drawing on paper and hating the hands that I was drawing, and trying to draw. They weren't really hands; they were like hamburgers and sausages. But suddenly, oh, I think I watched a YouTube video of somebody doing hands that they broke it down in a way that made sense to me, and that's how I ended up
Getting it.
figuring it out. Yeah, that's just the thing with like you just gotta find the weird little way that your brain learns a thing, and then you gotta stick with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody learns differently, so you definitely
Mm-hmm.
do have to figure out which way works for you. To get things done. Like I've never drawn silhouette before, so I am heavily depending on Zach's work. I know the way Zach draws it to capture this. As I mean, the detail that Zach puts into this damn trench cape. Because this is not a coat and this is not a cape. This is a trench cape. Is what the hell this is.
Yes, thank you. I drew that fucking Steven Universe style one, and I was like, what the hell is Silhouette wearing? I don't even understand. I was drawing it in a cartoon, like, the noodle style. Like, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I don't know what to do here. So,
Right.
yeah, but I mean, yours looks fantastic, and it actually looks like, I mean, I can see the inspiration from Zach, but like it looks great, and I think I asked Lori about that. It's that she's Silhouette is wearing both a trench coat and a cape or something like that. It's just, and I'm just like, how are they? First of all, how is Silhouette able to move around in that much stuff?
Yeah.
And also, wouldn't it get hot? It seems
I
like a
would
lot of,
imagine.
and somebody that I know, one of the East Coast super unlikely heroes helper people. It's not Mark Tonelli, and I don't think it's Winter either, but I think it's someone that's in that same pool of people. But they have a really awesome Silhouette cosplay.
Oh, okay. I would
And
love
I
to
did
see it.
not ask how they did it, or it was Jane. I think it was Jane had and how they did it, and it looks great. But I can't help but wonder if they tried to do the pose with the cape flying out. You know, if they tried to get a picture happening there, like pose a picture, would that even work out? Because did they do the full coat underneath the cape thing, or did they just do the cape? Because that would get so hot at a convention.
It absolutely. I think it would too. But these cosplayers nowadays are super slick at figuring out how to do things. Um,
Mm,
I know there's one cosplayer that made an Iron Man suit, found a way to get a fan in there so they wouldn't be as hot.
mm-hmm. I met some My Little Pony cosplayers in the full big fur suits that
Mhm.
had they had a whole network of like computer fans
Yeah.
built into the eyes and the mouth and the ears. It was very high tech. I was very impressed.
Oh yeah. I have to bring this down. Some might be a version.
Wow, that was looking pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, Silhouette looks fantastic. Lori's gonna shit herself when she sees this. You know, I used to do these bead sprite things as live streams.
Mhm.
Oops, that's the wrong color. And get so many. Well, you probably have gotten weird questions from people asking what you're doing, but drawing's a little more of a easy to explain medium. But weird questions, and then one time I got a request for a commission that was explicit.
Oh, did you?
It's like you really want like a nudie pixel bead sprite? That seems. I mean, I said no, but like, I don't even know how that would work, and why did they want that? I mean,
The
I'm not gonna piss in anybody's Cheerios here, but that was just like, why do you want that? Why wouldn't you take that money? Because it would have cost several $100s for me to do that for them. So why would they not take that money and apply it to a much better artist than I am to do a 2D drawing where they could put a lot more detail into it for less money?
I don't know, but this type of stuff happens all the time. I had a dude come over to me, real quiet, like, and he asked me, he was like, "How do you feel drawing some triple X stuff?" I'm like, "It's your commission. That's whatever you want, buddy. I am not here to judge." And he was like, "Great." And he was like, "What do you think of what's her name from The Incredibles? The mom or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, she
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "She got a dump truck." Yeah. So is that what you want me to draw? You want me to draw in a real sexy position or whatever? He's like, "Not exactly." He's like, "You remember that
Okay.
elevator scene where she gets trapped in there and her one
Yeah.
half gets cut out?" He wanted me to
no.
draw the elevator scene, but just showing her ass as big as possible or whatnot. Um, so I did it, and he came back and he liked it. And then he was like, "Can you do another one for me?" I was like, "It's your world, homie. It's your world."
Okay.
So definitely have been asked to do the thing once or twice. So
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're first getting started, sometimes you find it hard. Oh, Astian says Elastigirl art. It's the truth though, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, sometimes. Yeah, like when you're first starting out, especially, you've gotta take what you can get sometimes, and then even if you have weird cheesecake stuff to show that you know is gonna get looks from some people, depending, because like for me too, I'm the same way. I'm like, it's their money, and if I think I can do it, the reason that I said no to the one that because I thought first. Well, I thought it was unreasonable for them to spend so much money, and I had no idea how to calculate that kind of money. But also, I had kids coming into the place, and not only I knew that it would take me a long time to complete such a huge commission, and I would have to have I would have to put it like on my dining table because there was no way it was going to fit onto my regular workspace, and I had kids coming in, and I was like, well, never mind that they're going to bash into the table and knock the beads all over the place, but also they're going to ask questions about what that is, and I can't do that. They're not my kids, and I'm not going to explain that stuff to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big reason that I turned it down, is that I knew that there was just no way I could safely I would have to talk. My sister would never let me babysit again. So that was my big one, and then also that like I said, I would never get it done because I would have to keep fixing mess ups when the table got banged every time. So I said no to that, but I would have done it, and it would have been interesting just to see it completed. Oh, J-Man showed up. Hey, J-Man.
What's up, J-Man?
I forgot. I was gonna put your banner up here. Like, if anybody has not backed Emerald Quest yet, you need to go do that, and that's on the ticker down there. Why did my tickers turn gray? They're not. You can't see them when they're gray like that. That it? Ah, I see. There we go. Now it's red.
Let me try something a little different here.
Are you still mostly on the brushes that came with Procreate, or have you finished out yet?
I've been downloading some of the brushes from Procreate, but ones I'm using a lot of for drawing and inking, I got from Clayton. He's a comic book artist, does a lot of DC stuff. Real good artist actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to get myself set up so I can start venturing into Clip Studio because I know that's where everybody is, and I know there's way more options there.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Clip Studio too, because that's, like you said, that's what everybody's using. J-Man asks, I was out doing yard work. What is this, Mike? This is awesome.
This is so J-Man, don't worry, this is not a chat and draw episode. So you have not missed your record is still intact. But we needed to figure out a little bit of time to get down so we can get this crossover print for Emerald Quest and Super done. So that's what I'm working on right now. This is a Silhouette and Noble, and I have Noble done, but I'm wondering if I could do something a little bit more interesting with Noble. Feel like I can.
Let's see this. I don't even know why I tried to start doing anything here because I'm just watching yours. I got like nothing done. J-Man said, "Sweet, I pledged to both. Of course, my two favorite indie studios. Thanks."
Thanks, J-Man.
I was attempting. See, I'm gonna finish mine later when I'm not so distracted. I will finish it, I promise. But when I'm done, I'll show you guys again what it's gonna look. It's supposed to look like this when it's done. We'll see. I mean, it'll look all right. Actually, Asayan actually has a couple of bigger sprites that I did for him a long time ago. And hopefully they're still in good shape and stuff. I actually that would be kind of nice to know as like an update on how they're holding up. Oh, he said they're still on my fridge. Awesome. Did they were like the biggish ones, I think, and I know it took me forever to get them. Like, I said, yeah, sure, I'll do that for him. And then it took me, like, 4 freaking ever to get them done for him. It's so easy to say yeah to a project, to a request, and then, like, actually doing it seems to be a thing that I am not so great at.
You're not the only one. It is universal.
Richard B. Tharkin? Is that are you a real person? So asking if we like potatoes? Because there's on YouTube a comment asking if we all like potatoes. And I'm slightly concerned about where that line of questioning is going.
I dig it.
You know how it is, right?
I know that's absolutely how it is. I like this pose better, so obviously I'm not gonna. I thought I would get the pencils done today, tonight on the show, so obviously that's not gonna happen. because I changed up the pose. So and that's what happens. I had no idea what I really wanted to do, and while I like this pose, um, silhouette is kind of like the still pose. I kind of, and then when I had silhouette drawn in here, I was like, oh shit. Well, shout out to Zach because I'm using his image of silhouette as reference. Absolutely. Um, but I was like, man, it'd be way cooler if Noble, like a fucking wrecking ball, was almost coming out of the cloak and from the darkness of silhouette.
Yeah, no, I like the other one, but I agree this one's way more dynamic. I like it. I like it a lot.
Ooh. I love the super characters. Also, tell Lori this is my application to draw super.
I'll let her know. I don't know if she was at any point able to jump in here and watch. I haven't checked my messages since we started. I can't multitask like that, you guys. J-Man says, I have a dumb kind of question. I usually do my indie pledging on my phone, and I was looking at Charlie's next project on Zoob, but it wants you to unlock cookies on their site. Is that safe? I don't use Zoob, but I assume so.
Yeah, cookies are just like the things that let you quickly remember, let your computer or your phone quickly remember the website so it pulls up faster.
Yeah, it's like they're one of the things that helps your computer cache stuff, but and Brad Arnie says I didn't have any issues, so Brad says it's cool, so
yeah, Brad says it's good, it's good.
Well, I have to assume that Charlie would not have jumped in on Zoob if it wasn't a reliable place to do that stuff. So.
I would have to believe so too.
He wouldn't do that to us. Oh, we've got a couple of comments about liking potatoes now. So, I mean, who doesn't like potatoes? There's so many applications for it. I mean, I made potatoes for supper tonight. I just threw some baked potatoes into the oven, and I didn't almost set fire to the house or anything, but I did almost like burn my entire arm by kind of stumbling, and then I almost leaned. I grabbed the edge of the stovetop before I fell, but like I kind of tripped over the cat, and then like almost leaned my arm right across the hot rack that I had pulled out to lay the potatoes on. So I don't like potatoes today, but I'm sure they're delicious. Anyway, I don't know when I'm done with this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So, if y'all wanna comment about what you think I should do with my bead sprite when I'm done with it, maybe I can. Well, raffles are illegal to do, right? So I can't raffle. But I guess
are they?
We could do a yeah. Technically, it's considered gambling.
Really?
Yeah. Which I think you can get away with it if it's a fundraising type thing, but like Facebook doesn't allow it because it's gambling. Which, all right, whatever. Whoa. But I can absolutely, we can raffle this off or something. I'm gonna have to maybe adjust the pattern here a little bit. I drew it. I have a pixel sprite, a pixel pattern maker thingy where I can draw with the pixels. Mike saw it. Well, you saw it. You can see from my my preview picture here. Like I drew that in here, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just traced Zach's sprite because his was like, how can I do better than that, really? And he made like Blitz is his character. I can't do better than that, so I'm just gonna steal his art and make it. I'm not gonna steal it. I told y'all it was his. I'm giving credit where credit is due.
Yeah, like I just told you guys, I'm looking directly. I'm going right off his Zach's art to draw the silhouette. There's so much stuff in there.
J-Man I like fried German potatoes. What makes them German? I'm curious. What makes your fried potatoes German? Is it like the slice, or is it a is it like a seasoning thing? So I don't know if anybody who watches these streams does this bead sprite stuff, but I want to know if I'm the only person who does these who has. Brad says the accent is what makes them German. Agreed. They sound very angry when they're cooking. But yeah, I want to know if anybody else who does these has problems with the boards being staticky and like rejecting the beads sometimes, because that happens to me a lot. And it's weird. A Science says his art is so detailed. I remember Lori complaining to me that she had to ink a pile of like 200 individual bullets for one panel. Yes, she told me on more than one occasion that the first thing that she would do upon receiving a page from Zach was pull up whatever messenger app she was talking to him on and like curse at him because like she said it legit. There's a scene in I think issue 6 that it's a 2-page spread, and she said it legit took her like I want to say 20 something hours to do the whole damn thing. And I thought, holy shit, I would quit. I would not want to be an inker after that. I don't think I don't have that kind of attention span, man.
That's why Lori's the best.
Oh yeah. It's funny too because I set her up with a whole pile of like a bead sprite starter kit because she would see what I was doing and she'd love it and she thought it would be fun. And it turns out she doesn't have the time for it, unfortunately. Like maybe someday we'll get her to be able to do more fun stuff that she'll have time for. But running the comic book business is a pretty, I mean, Mike knows, but it's a full-time job on its own.
Yeah.
And she does all this other stuff too, like consulting, and she inks for a bunch of different comic books. Yeah, she's busy all the time. And yeah, so like she doesn't have time to do this, but I set her up with this stuff, and she at one point was like, "This gets tedious after a while," and I was like, thinking just now, yeah, it does, but then I'm saying that same thing about inking. So I guess to each their own in the end.
In the end, yeah.
Oh, this is looking fantastic. You're having to start a new sketch here, but this pose just makes the whole thing better. I think you made the right move changing the pose. It looks because yeah, just having him off center a little bit there totally changes the entire feel of it. There's more movement. It's what's the word am I looking for? Action pose, like they're running at you, aggressive maybe. I don't know, but I know that this one, like the other one's good, but this one's definitely better for this piece. And now you got that other one for something else, right?
Yeah, I do. That's the beauty of digital art. Mm-hmm.
Indeed. A science said one's tedium is another's meditation, and that is so true. And I know a couple years ago, I think Lori got started on doing inking for like inking traditional with I actually bought her a small set of really nice pens for Christmas, and she does that when she can, but again, no time, I've heard. I seriously don't know how she does the stuff that she does. But now she's been getting me busier and busier, and so I'm starting to understand how if you actually are able to manage your time, that you can cram a lot of this shit in to your day, right. But I'm not so great with the time management, so maybe that's why I have trouble.
I think that's why I'm going to have to leave it for tonight.
The silhouette looks freaking amazing, though.
Well, it's easy when you're going right off of Zach, so.
That's true. He doesn't leave a lot of room for you to have to interpret it on your own, does he?
No, he does not. Like,
His
I
stuff
thought I
is
would
super
be
detailed.
cursing with all these wrinkles and stuff, but it really helped.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to see the rest of it when you're done with it. So
Awesome.
when
Well,
you're
yes. Yeah, if you back the EmerQuest Kickstarter at fskgo.com and the Super Kickstarter, which has a couple days left, EmerQuest has 6 days left, you will be getting this print as a crossover print added to your pledge if you back both of them. It is noble and it is a silhouette.
and it
So,
is amazing. Look at this thing. I mean, anybody who's seen your art already knows that it's gonna be crazy, but getting to see them come together live like this is always really fun.
yeah, it is. And if you just tuned in, this was the original drawing with Noble like this, and I just thought that was a little too boring. It needed more movement, I felt like, so I started working on this one.
Yeah, that one looks. It does. Like the other one's good. This one's better.
Oh shit!
You know, that other one might make a good sticker. You should hang on to that one for sure. I mean, obviously you're gonna hang on to it, but it's a good pose for a sticker.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
a
I
magnet
agree
or
with that.
something.
I agree with that. Well,
That's what I find. I take the time to find all the, like, I dig through our art and stuff, and I was like, oh, this would make a good sticker. So I always have like stickers and magnets on the brain. Always thinking about what would make a good sticker. But yeah,
no,
this
you
looks
should.
fantastic.
Actually, I think I'm gonna combine these. Let's see.
Andrew,
Yeah,
a super crossover with FSK when? Like, this is a super crossover with FSK.
this is super crossover. You know, we do the crossover prints. So
Yeah. If you back both, you get a print.
absolutely.
And it's looking fantastic, and I'm super excited to see it when it's done.
Awesome.
Got to put
Alrighty.
lids on
Yeah.
these things because I'm clumsy, and I'm gonna dump one of these everywhere. So yeah, I suppose because we are over time. I wasn't paying attention because I was watching your drawing. This is all your fault. Shit. Jesus, I was trying to be so careful, and I still got shit everywhere. This is how I do this, though. So, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, he said, no, I mean a comic. I need a super FSK crossover comic, a whole comic.
Well, I'll tell you this. That, like, to do a comic crossover, there's a couple studios I have in my head, and unlike these studios is damn near at the top. I don't know how we would work that out. It would probably end all your minds with us doing a crossover comic book, but it's a good idea. Maybe you know, I'm in cool with the people that run Unlikely. Maybe I'll have a conversation with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. That would be wild. That would be wild. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. This is turning out really amazing, and I'm excited to see what happens. What like the finished product's gonna look like. I'm super excited. So
yeah, I am too. I'll probably be drawing it in my bed tonight.
Do you have trouble like stopping for the night and then just like you have to go to sleep, but you just gotta this one more thing, and then it always turns into like an extra hour or two?
If I'm in the office, yes. But once I take my iPad over into my bed and I like turn on something to watch while I'm drawing, it doesn't take me long. Like, I mean, whatever I intend to finish, like, all right, well, let me finish this one person before I go to sleep. I'll get that finished. So it's not hard when I'm in the bed already with the iPad. But if I'm sitting at the desk, that happens all the time.
Sure, I can. When I'm my office when I'm drawing is just this I sit on the couch. So, but yeah, like same way. I'll be like, I'm just gonna finish this one piece, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and then it ends up being like 3 hours later. I'm like, oh shit, I was gonna go sleep, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And sometimes Jeffrey will be sleeping, and he'll get up, and he'll be like, I thought you were coming to bed, and like this what you were just gonna take like 20 more minutes and you were gonna be in bed. I was like, yeah, I was, but then 20 minutes went. It felt like 20 minutes. That's the problem. It always feels like it's only 20 minutes, but it's so much longer than that.
It is.
Damn it. Anywho's, yeah. So everybody keep your eyes out for that. I'm sure we'll post updates for the crossover print on both campaigns. So definitely go look at that. And so Emerald Quest is the one that was scrolling under here is fskgo.com. Go back it if you haven't. And uhstudios.com/kickit. That's this one here that I just swapped it to go back super. And you have to back them both at a physical tier to get your crossover print that Mike was drawing today.
Yep.
Yeah, and you only have a couple more days to do that, particularly for super, but you only have like 6 days left, right?
6 days left.
So yeah, don't wait. Do it now. And
Absolutely.
and next week on UHS Presents, we're gonna have free comic book day, our free comic book day, and maybe somebody's gonna come join us. I feel like I saw that somebody like Lori had gotten somebody to come, but then I forgot. You know what? It doesn't matter. If somebody comes, it's gonna be fantastic. So whoever comes, it'll be amazing, and you can worry about it then. So shit. So thank you, Mike, for joining us, and thank you everybody who came to watch. And I promise I'll finish this sprite, and y'all can tell me in the comments what to do with it. And when I'm done with it, I'll try to remember to post a picture of it, because I like showing it off. That's basically, I'm a big old whore for attention. So I want to show everybody. So Science said thanks for streaming. It was fun to chill, and thank you for joining us. And yeah, I think that's it. So we'll see you next week, I hope.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.